welcome back to the Pretty Normal Me vlog. I'm Clarkson and I'm really excited today because I'm joined by Tracey McAlpine from Fighting 50, which if you haven't found it yet is just the most wonderful blog and now YouTube channel. And we're here today, I'm really excited. As some of you know, I've got a book coming out in August, and the first chapter of that book and the thing that I most enjoyed writing in that was something called Dear Emily Age 13, and I'm looking back at my life then and kind of giving little me advice, and I thought this would actually make a really interesting conversation and video to have with other people of different ages who have different aspirations and different careers, and kind of bring our hindsight together and see what we've learnt and if we can help each other. And I thought, what a great place to start with Tracey. So that's what we're here for today.
I started Fighting 50, it's 4.5 years old. And the reason for starting it was just so much negativity about older women. I hit 50 and in the press there was either, why does this woman look so amazing, what she had done? Or, why does this woman look so awful, why hasn't she done something?
Yeah.
So lots of negativity, and I know this sounds ridiculous, but when you're 50, you get details of a walk-in bath, chairlift. They send it to you on your birthday.
My mum said she got that. She said she got a stair lift leaflet on her 50th birthday.
This is the woman who's running marathons.
Yeah, this is my mum who's like the fittest person ever. She's like, I don't need a stair lift.
It's crazy. So you get that, you get life insurance, funeral plans on your 50th birthday. So it was all very depressing, and I just wanted to find somewhere online where I could get good advice, how to look good, feel better as I got older, but not in a patronising way, in a way that just made me think, yeah, I could do that.
I relate to that.
That's okay, I could do that, that's fine. I couldn't find it, so I really naively thought, well, I'll get a website. I'll just do a website. And my daughter said to me, why don't you blog? I said, what's a blog? And that is the honest truth. I had no idea what a blog was, didn't know what a blogger was. I didn't know how any of these things worked. I'd been a stay-at-home mum for 25 years. Ridiculous, I know. Really long maternity leave, the longest maternity leave in history. Naively, I went ahead, started the website, and I think people listened to me because I wasn't in that business. I was just a stay-at-home mum who loved to exercise, loved looking after myself, looking after my family, and I just wanted to tell people how I did it and also bring experts in to give advice on how other people could do it.
We're going to talk hindsight. So the first chapter in my book is Dear Emily Age 13. Yep. Tracey and I obviously grew up in different times, but both of us grew up in a time very different to what 13-year-olds now are growing up in, and that is obviously the social media age. So we actually kind of wanted to look a little bit about both of our times as 13-year-olds and the differences between that, but also kind of the difference that kids now have. From where I'm sitting, I can see a lot of pressure on kids, so it's kind of, I'd like to just talk a little bit about
when I was 13, I obviously was at school, and there was quite a lot of bullying. I was bullied a lot. Was really
it teasing or bullying?
I think it was bullying. I was really tall and really skinny, so
you'd have been popular at my school.
So I was the tallest girl in the school. So that would make you a target for a bit of bullying. Also, just because of where I lived and my father's business and things, that brought another bit of bullying. But I think the lucky thing that I had is you could leave it at home. You could go away, and at that time, of course, you think you're never going to escape from this kind of pressure, which I don't think people do now because everything's in a phone and it follows them, whereas it didn't then. I think the thing at 13 that I didn't appreciate, that I, with hindsight, wished I had, I hated education.
I did.
I hated it.
I was so bad. I love learning. Like, I love absorbing information.
Do you love learning now? Because I didn't love learning then.
No, I didn't love learning, but that's it. Like, I've discovered what I love to learn now, and often, like, you'll find me reading something so random about a random body part that I just want to understand because, it interests me now. But there's so much stuff that I was taught at school that I was like, why am I learning this? And resented my homework, I resented my lessons, I hated my teachers. They're probably really nice people, but I hated my teachers. Just for like not getting me.
I did.
It's so
I
funny.
can only understand German through a door. Because I was sent out through every German lesson. So I had to stand outside the door so I could only hear this muffled sound.
I can remember one proper French expression, and it's "je voudrais pipi," and it was because my teacher, when I was 13, used to make us, if we needed the loo in the class, stand at the front of the class and bounce up and down and say,
Oh, that's great. Dramatic control.
It was like, and that's the only thing in French I can remember, because it's like, and now, but you can't say that in a restaurant if you're asking where the loo is. You can't say, I'm going, I need a wee, I need a wee. The guy would be like, you're all right, it's so what? So yeah, that's
well, we
funny.
learned random things, and I just didn't get it because, you know, geography, you'd learn crop rotations in Africa.
Why couldn't we learn the capital? I mean, my ignorance when I left school about, and I would be embarrassed about it if I felt like it was my fault. I felt really stupid when I was 18. I went to South Africa, and my cheapest flight was flying via Doha on Qatar Airways. And I landed in Doha, 18, with no idea where I was. I felt so stupid because I was like, I don't even know where Doha is. And I know about limestone, and I know about erosion, and I know about why
Meandering rivers.
I'm like, why do I know that? And I don't know. Something really useful would have been, I'm going travelling on my own for the first time as an adult, and I don't even know where I am.
But I don't think it's unusual.
No.
And it didn't teach me that either.
I found when I was at school, and it's probably quite similar now, is it was so exam driven that you only learnt stuff that you knew was going to come up in your paper, and I think that takes so much like love out of learning.
It makes you wonder where the encouragement is.
Yeah, and even my sister, who's now 18, is doing her A-levels, and she's really, really interested in English lit. Like, she's a great reader, she likes Shakespeare, she loves Chaucer, like, she's really interested in it. But she's fallen out of love with her texts because she's literally learning them to take them apart.
Yeah,
and
sure. Just to pass the exam.
Yeah, so actually I think with hindsight, yeah, I would have enjoyed learning, but I would have tried to take more from it. But at the
I
same
think
time,
I would.
But at the same time, I feel like school actually isn't the environment to do that in. I think what I would have done, probably less in education, is get more involved in extracurricular stuff, like sport, because you just don't get that opportunity when you leave.
But did you like sport at school? 'Cause I hated it.
I hated it.
I was a girl that had a month-long period.
Oh my god, I think I ever got in the swimming pool because I was always on my period. But I also, like, I was crap at hockey. I hated netball. It was horrible.
Everything was cold.
I know, but looking back, like, I'm so annoyed because there is no organised sport now. There's no team. I love being fit now, and I was so crap at school. And why wouldn't I be? You know, why would you want to go and stand in the freezing cold
on a muddy pitch with...
And it was dark, and all the boys were watching you and laughing at you, and it was horrible. But I slightly wish, I think, looking back, that I had slightly taken more from exercise.
Oh, I wish I did,
Just
but
move.
I was convinced that I couldn't run. 5'11", I couldn't
Yeah,
run. You know, I got
no.
great long legs, but they didn't actually run. And it wasn't until I was 47 that I started running. But I think you were so conscious of who you were, what your body looked like, and you had those girls who were really great at sport.
And I felt kind of like if you weren't really great, then
You weren't in.
you weren't, no. And the teachers sort of wouldn't bother with you. They were like, you know, I was in the under 14 E's netball team, the under 15 E's rounders team. Like, I was relentlessly at the bottom, and it was like, it's just embarrassing by that point. I didn't know if I could have changed that though. But with hindsight, I wish I'd
I
maybe
don't think I
believed that I could have
realised
been
what
better.
sport could do for my body either.
I think I also didn't. I thought if you were good at it, you were good at it,
Yeah.
and if you were bad at it, you were bad at it. I didn't realise that you could get better.
Yeah.
That practice would make it, but no one tells you that.
No, they don't. And I just felt I'm totally uncoordinated. I mean, I'm glad there's nothing I can knock over here because I will knock it over. So tennis, I used to, get the racket, see the ball on the floor. I think also looking back, the things that I got bullied for at school and the thing that I was really conscious of, there were two things I was really conscious of. One was my height, because I was so much taller than everybody else. So I used to sort of have to, I felt like I had to stoop so that I wasn't taller than everybody. And of course, being 5'11", I couldn't wear high heels.
No.
And during the 70s, I was 13 in 73.
Yeah.
it was all these great big heels and platforms.
Yeah.
So if you put those on
You'd
top
have
of
been-
this height, I was, sort of 6'2" or something ridiculous. If I'd have known then what I know now, that I love being tall.
Yeah.
It's great. There's not many clothes you can't wear. At 13, I couldn't get a pair of jeans
I can believe that.
long enough.
Yeah.
Now, can you imagine being 13? Everybody's into denim.
Yeah.
It's the 70s. You've got kind of loose tops, wide leg jeans, things like that. We couldn't get them.
No.
My mother had to make all my trousers.
Oh no.
So I only ever had homemade trousers, and I couldn't have a pair of jeans.
Yeah.
Now, it's not really a sob story. We weren't in
Well,
a
no,
box
but
on
it's
the
a-
motorway.
no, but
but
it's
when you're
depressing.
13,
Yeah.
you want to be wearing what everybody else is wearing.
Yeah. When did everyone else grow? For anyone
I
who
don't
might
know.
be
Quite a lot of
watching.
them still haven't.
Yeah. I'm just thinking of anyone watching who's like, they were the same height.
I don't think anybody else necessarily grew. I think because you're kind of at 13, you're at school. Then we had like local youth clubs and school discos and things like that. You're always with your same peer group.
Yeah.
So whatever happens, you're always with those same people and same height. Once you leave school and you're working, I didn't go to university. I didn't get the opportunity. So once you leave, you're with so many different people, and I don't know that it's quite so noticeable. Then.
Yeah.
And I think I've just got less and less conscious of it.
Yeah.
And also my voice. Up until 11, I was at a private school. I had elocution lessons. I had all these certificates from Trinity College. And then I went at 11 to a comprehensive school and a completely different environment.
Yeah.
So I was very conscious that my voice sounded very
You'd be
much
being
different to
teased,
anybody
yeah.
else. And I was. So I ended up adapting my voice to my surroundings. So
That's quite normal, I think, though, isn't it?
I think it probably is, but it didn't feel normal to me
No,
at the
of course
time. It felt quite alien. So I would have one voice at home, and then I would go to school and have a completely different voice.
Oh no, because that's no good, because you want to bring your friends home, you end up in a weird...
It's a really odd situation.
Yeah.
So you're not quite you in either place. And again, that's something that once I left school, I moved to London, started working, and I just became me. I just had my voice.
Okay, right, so if you could tell this is a big one, but
Okay.
if you could tell your 13-year-old self anything,
Yes.
what would it be?
That life gets better, really.
I completely
That
agree.
life gets better, that all those kind of insecurities that you have, all that not knowing where you belong, not knowing who you are, worrying about the future, worrying, can I achieve things? Can I actually, can I do this really?
Yeah.
I think all of that gets better.
So I guess, right, so I guess it's easy to say, like, obviously we can't go back in time, because I'd say the same thing to 13-year-old me, which is it's going to get better and you're going to find your stride and it's going to be great. But to a child who's 13 now, and we know that they're going to have a really tricky road, we know that they're going to have huge
It's not
pressure with
gonna be
exams,
easy.
we know they're going to be on social media and hating every minute of it but can't get away from it. Like, what advice would you give to them?
Be kind to yourself, and I think I don't know if it's just about being a woman or it's just human nature, but I think we beat ourselves up about so many things. I think we are conscious of our size, our shape, our looks, our hair. I mean, every day there's something that you have to deal with. And in fact, that's why my website is called Fighting 50, because I've had a few people who've said to me, oh, I'm not fighting 50, I'm embracing it. I get it, I'm embracing 50. I love being in my 50s. I'm really enjoying it. It's great. But every day is a bloody fight, Whether it's getting up and getting kids out the house, whether it's, looking after your partner, whether it's going to work, whatever you have to do, you've got to get up and fight for it.
I think that's the thing, is it's like, I don't think you ever stop fighting. I think for a lot of people, every day, and sometimes it's fights that you win effortlessly, and sometimes it's fights that you lose. And I think you're going to keep fighting, but you will find the tools to fight with. And then I guess we were going to just talk a tiny bit about giving the entire book away. My last chapter is Dear Emily, age 70, which obviously we're going to be looking at foresight and looking into my future. And obviously I've got huge expectations for my life. I want to be wonderful. I want to be queen one day.
Hold on, you already are wonderful.
No, you know what I mean.
I'm not sure if you're going to be queen, but you'll certainly be wonderful.
I don't know, I've been eyeing up Harry for a while.
You're watching Harry.
Sorry, yeah. Call me. I'll leave my number below. I mean, there's a lot that I want to get done in my life, and I think as a woman, I want to have children, and there's a pressure on me to have children. I want to have a kick-ass career. I want to be happily married. I don't want to go grey. I don't want to get wrinkly. There's all this stuff, and a lot of it's going to go, yeah, love, sorry.
Hate to tell you.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Hate to tell you.
But I think like the most important thing that I want to carry with me is what I want to be now. I think it's putting something in my head that I want to work towards.
For me, I think every age has so many benefits.
Yeah.
You know, we're really privileged to get older. I mean, that's why I hate the anti-aging phrase, because it's actually a privilege.
So annoying.
Oh, it's
but
ridiculous.
I feel like I'm already being told, stop your aging. I'm like, I can't. Like, I'm going to have a mortgage and responsibilities. I'm going to age in lots of ways. Yeah. And if it shows on my face, so what?
What I do think is that it's quite exciting, you know, when you've got a new decade coming up, instead of being really depressed about it. I wasn't depressed about my 30s, 40s or my 50s. I was actually feeling really quite
it's
lucky.
Like an ultimate New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
You get like a new decade resolution.
Well, I think 50 is a really big turning point. And when you get to 50, I think that's the first time you start to think about 70. See, I think you've got 27 years or something where you don't even have to consider 70, except obviously in your book.
Yeah.
You have. But I do think that when you get to 50, you do start then looking ahead, because it does speed up. It's really weird. What we've both got the advantage of now is the knowledge of how to stay looking and feeling better as you get to 70. I think something we've both learned at very different stages in our life is that exercise makes you feel good. But it's finding what works for your body,
exactly.
isn't it? It's what you're going to get the most out of.
Yeah.
Exercise makes such a difference as you get older, because just keeping mobile, and something that I talk about a lot on the site.
So you don't need that stair lift.
Exactly, that's exactly. But I talk about this a lot on the site. And it's functional fitness. It's just being fit for doing everyday things. Now, just imagine as you get older, can't do your shoes up, can't do the zip up on your dress, can't pick up your shopping and carry it home. You can't walk to where you want to go. And these are the reasons for keeping fit. It's not so you can run a marathon. It's not so that you can, play team sports and achieve trophies and things like that. It's for everyday life. The fact that you can still independently live. Can you imagine not being able to change a light bulb?
Yeah.
And it sounds so simple,
but
the fact of just being able to support
you still want to take it for granted.
Yeah, and you do. And I think they're the things as you get older that you need to keep yourself fit for.
Okay, and I want to finish by giving you permission to patronise.
Oh.
Which I quite
I don't know if I'd like to be patronising. Go on.
You can give it a go. Because I feel like some people they do it, and then afterwards I'm like, oh.
Go on.
But like, okay, so I'm 22 now.
Yep.
Is there any advice that you would give to me now, having been 22? Like, what is it?
Look after your skin.
Yeah.
Absolutely look after your skin. Cleanse like crazy. Really, I know it sounds ridiculous, but don't ever go to bed with your makeup on. I know this sounds very
last week.
frivolous, but really look after your skin, and just use sunscreen. I know it sounds like, here I am preaching. I preach on every video I've ever done. I don't think I've ever recorded a video where I haven't said, for God's sake, wear sunscreen. So it's such an easy thing to do. We all, I don't care who anybody is, if they say, I'm not worried about my appearance, don't care how I look, I'm fine as I am, and all those kind of things. And we all say it, and I often say, what you see is what you get, and it's true. But I do care about my appearance. I do want people to look at me and say, yeah, she looks okay. Yeah, she looks all right. She's She's obviously quite healthy.
Yeah.
She's not about to keel over. And I think using sunscreen, really cleansing your skin, is vital. It's really important.
Quite easy. I'm quite pleased you said those.
So those are the kind of, from my personal things. Exercise, I think, is so important, and if you've got used to doing that in your 20s, you're going to carry on doing it in your 50s. You're going to carry on doing it in your 70s. So I think keeping mobile, keeping fit, understanding that, you know, older people are exactly like you. In my head, I'm the same age as you. You know, okay, I know we don't look it, but in my head, I haven't got to 56.
Yeah.
I don't really know where I am. I can't
You're
honestly,
not there.
I can't really put a pinpoint on it, because I don't ever feel that, you know, I'm a particular age or somebody else is a particular age. I think of you as a friend. I don't think of you as, oh, you know, she's a girl of 22.
Baby.
I just don't think like that.
No.
And I had a great friend who died sadly when she was 101 and 5 months. Now, interestingly, this is something you might want to tell your 30-year-old self, a bit like Adrian Mole, who those months started to count. You know, when you're growing up, you're 2 and a quarter, you're 2.5, you're 2 and 3, exactly.
Yeah.
And when you get to being a lot older, because you're quite happy that you're still holding on, you literally count the months again. So it goes back to that. And I remember Dominique saying to me, you know, she was 101 and so many months, and it really struck a chord with me that you go back to that. But the other thing I would really love to say to anybody, and it was something that Dominique said to me. I asked her, what do you put your longevity down to? And she said, well, actually, there are 3 things. One, I've never lived in poverty. And I think that's really a really important thing. She'd lived through some very difficult times, but she'd never been incredibly poor, so she was very lucky. She also had never had any really serious illness, which again could be down to luck. And the third and most important thing is, she said she woke up every day and she thought, today's going to be a lovely day.
Oh, that's so nice.
Isn't that great?
My boyfriend does it every morning, and sometimes I want to punch him in the throat because he's like, make today amazing. I'm like, take that elsewhere. I haven't had coffee. I'm not ready. But I really want to start doing that.
And I just think, you know, just have a positive attitude. Yeah. And I hear lots of people who say, oh God, you know, but the menopause is such a terrible time. No, rubbish.
There's also nothing you can do about it. You know, like people complain about so many things like that. And I mean, I haven't been through it, so this might sound really stupid, but I guess it's a sort of similar thing with a period, you know, once a month. And it's like, but it's happening. Yeah. We can't stop
Find a way to deal with it. And I know people do, and I you know, this is a broad subject. I shouldn't say that people don't suffer from it. Of course they do. Yeah. But I think if you take a positive stance,
and not focusing on just the fact that it's a bad thing or bad thing.
So I think be positive would be, you know, a great kind of thing to live with. You know, just be a positive
at any
person.
age.
At any age.
Yeah. Oh, I feel like I just wish you could watch this, like 13-year-old me and 13-year-old you, and be like, look, they did okay. Like they look happy.
Yeah, 13 is a really tough age,
it's
I think, because you're not a child and you're not an adult. No. So where do you fit in? Yeah. You know, who do you...
Young lady, that's what you are, isn't it? Patronisingly called young lady by parents' friends. Yeah. What do you want to do with your life, young lady? Leave me alone. And it's, they used to say, oh, haven't you grown? My haven't grown. My mum. Fancy that. My mum used to make me say when people did that to me, and they go, "My haven't you grown?" First of all, I never did because I was really late growing because I was so small. But she'd always make me say, well, I'd look really stupid if I hadn't. Yeah. So whenever I go to bed, I'd be the one with so much cheek, and all these parents would look at me going, oh God, horrible. But it's like, Mum was so, she's like, that'll teach them, serve them right for saying stupid things. People say that. Of course you've grown. I have to actually hold my tongue when I see someone's child now, and I think, wow, they've grown so much. Internalise that. Don't say it. I think that's the other thing as well, is like anyone, I really bite my tongue now, and I'm so careful with my friends' little sisters, or even friends' kids, and I just really don't want to say, so I need to see myself in them and be like, don't tell them they've grown. Don't ask them what they're doing at school. Don't ask them how their exams are going. Don't ask them who their favourite teacher is, because they don't want to talk about it. So I guess that's an important thing for us to remember, is whatever we didn't want to talk about when we were 13, don't talk to 13-year-olds about. Like,
Exactly.
They don't want to talk about it. But yeah, I think we've probably covered much more than hindsight, but I think that's been a great...
We put most of the world to rights.
Oh, I think that's the important thing we need to do, Tracy. I think every once in a while, sometimes we're just going to sit down,
thrash it out,
sort the world out.
Yeah.
I think we've done a great job.
Well done.
But thank you so much for coming onto our channel.
Pleasure.
And guys, I hope you've been able to take something from this. I mean, I know we've gone sort of to the moon and back, but I learned so much when I read Tracy's blog and when I listen to her speak. So I'm going to link Tracy's YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and website.
Wow, gosh.
The whole shebang.
Inside left measurement, a whole lot.
Yeah, her date of birth, star sign, and social security number. No, I'm going to put Tracy's information below, and I would really encourage you to go and check out her blog. I also think the one thing I'm definitely taking from this is positive thinking when I wake up in the morning, and I would encourage all of you to do the same. But basically, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't, please subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed our sort of trip down memory lane, first of the Hindsight series. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.
Bye.